Hello, John. Can you hear me? This is Alan, and I have here you called me the last week, and I was at work, but the last week is a very crazy week, and I will try to explain what happened here and what will happen in the future about China. I will divide this video into three parts. In the first part, I will explain how the whole things happened here, and I know you are interested in what it has changed in China. And the second part, why it happened. The third part, my situation. Okay, let's begin. Let's start with the first part. In 11 December, Shenzhen has notified that the control of the epidemic was fully changed, and they decided to open, as well as other cities. So how it has changed to our lives, about our individuals, about myself, and I will give some simple examples. We use the health code to check if you test the 核酸. I will use the Chinese because it's very specific here. We test 核酸. Before that, we needed 14 hours of 核酸 certification to check in the metro, and we need to test our every day in our workplace. After opened up, we don't need 核酸 certificates anymore, and then this time no time limit, which means you shouldn't test it. And the people around you are very risky because you don't know if they have got a COVID-19 or not. Before they opened up, people on the flights back to China need about quarantine for. They should stay in the hotel for 14 days, and then they test for every day. But now it only takes 5 days if they came back from a foreign country to China. And before opened up, there were 核酸 test points everywhere. But after open up, you have to pay to go to the hospital to get your 核酸 certificate tested. Why it happened? Why it changed? Let's come to the second part. But before that, I have to say I will focus on Wuhan and Shenzhen, the two cities I know best. But that doesn't mean other cities don't have the same problems. Well, in the last year, they used to use the same policy, the same lockdown in different cities. The same measures, but they need completely different results. Shenzhen has everything going well in the policy, but Wuhan doesn't. Why? Why is Wuhan seems going to collapse? I think here are some reasons for that. Shenzhen's GDP in 2021 is about 3.07 trillion RMB, the third most economic city, developed city in China. Wuhan is 1.77 trillion, and it is still one of the largest cities in central China, but not as big as Shenzhen. Shenzhen's economic driven by high technology, finance, trade, logistics, tourism, and cultural industries. So which means it have to test 核酸 and make sure that the city is safe in general. But Wuhan's economics are based on industries such as automotive, heavy industry, and construction. Is represented by central enterprise, state-owned enterprise, and a lot of military enterprise. And the second point about the population. The population aged 15 to 59 is about 30 million, accounting for 79% in Shenzhen. The population more than ages 65 is about 3.2% in Shenzhen. But Wuhan is different. In Wuhan, there's about 19% aged 15 to 59, but there are 11% aged 65 and over. Online company, the most economic can be handled through online communication, while a high GDP and a huge physical revenue can support a high cost of controls and a Hersuan test. But the non-standing strict policies has led to serious economic slip in Wuhan. And I have to tell you something about the background. In August 2022, Xinjiang is a province in the west side, has closed. It's more than 80 days, and the people they began to protest the government, which led to other cities. There were a lot of protests, and in Wuhan, including my classmates, who have sent me a lot of videos of the protests. The people demanded the change of the lockdown and the Hersuan policy, and they wanted the government to open when it was ready, but only if it was ready. However, the government has not ready. After Shenzhen has issued a notice on 11 December, a large number of Hersuan test points was removed the next day. You don't need a Hersuan certification anymore to go to the metro. I think this fall of policy is faster than the fall of Berlin Wall. I don't know. If you think about it, it's been more than a year since the most Chinese got the third vaccination. Yeah, more than 1 year. The government hasn't built enough hospitals. They haven't built enough ventilators. They don't have even buy a lot of medicines for the people. Wuhan is in the winter and very, very cold right now. They don't need a Hersuan certificate to do the metro. The impact is very, very huge. The metro is the main way for people in Wuhan to travel, to go to work. There will be over 1 million using the metro every day. They don't need to test anymore. So yet in the case without enough vaccines, without Hersuan test, they don't even care if you wear a mask in the street. COVID conquered the whole country too quickly. I mean, conquered. It's literally true. Last week is a very, very crazy week. I have been busy with all sorts of things, buying masks, buying medication extra, and so far I have only managed to get just a little box of mask, and everything has very, very hard here, and then I can't buy the medicine because the medicine they all sold out. All sold out. Do you know here is Shenzhen, and talk about to Wuhan situation. To Tianmen, my hometown. My mom is a nurse in Hubei, and she already got a COVID this moment because the hospital they don't ask for the Hersuan test anymore. They accept any patients after the policy changed from the last year to now. It's very funny. You are going to jail because of no Hersuan in the last day, but the next day nobody cares about it. The policy changed too quick, too faster. That's really, really bad. I'd like to finish in a video by talking about my current situation. I will show you the brief in my home, which is a little messy here. It's a bit messy. Here is my room, and I have a this is my room. I have a net here, and I have some medicines. It's Budofen. This is a candy for herbal throats. I don't have too many medicines. Only this one and this one, and I buy some oranges for the vitamin C. To be honest, I don't know how long before I will get a COVID, and I hope what I say will help you to understand the situation. Every day I run and exercise, eat a lot of healthy food, and wish the God will help me. Don't get it. I really wish I don't get it. But who knows? Nobody knows. That's it. The situation in general, the situation in Wuhan and Shenzhen is very different. Shenzhen are more younger. Shenzhen are more stronger. Shenzhen have more money. Shenzhen have everything we need. So, well, it's easy for us to open, but different in Wuhan. In Wuhan, they have old people, they have a child, they don't have too many money. If they open, if they get COVID, it will be a very, very hard time for them. I don't know. Just it. I will finish this video, and which you can look at it. I will try to post it in some social media and send a link to you. And wish you have a good day. Long time no see. I miss you. I miss you, man. I miss you, John. Bye bye.